AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah, y'all. We back. We told you we'd be back. They thought we lied, oh boy.
So here you go. This is they have the breakdown right here. So it says path to the 6th seed. The Knicks play the Raptors if the Raptors win plus the Hawks win. Another scenario, the Raptors win, the Hawks lose, the Magic win. Another scenario, the Raptors lose, Magic lose, 76ers lose. The Knicks will play the Hawks if the Raptors win, the Hawks lose, and the Magic lose. The Knicks will play the Magic if the Magic win and the Raptors lose. Knicks play 76ers if the 76ers win, the Raptors lose, and the Magic lose. Need me to read that again?
That's crazy. Yeah, do it again. Do your thing.
So here's the path to the 6th seed. We all know the Knicks, we are legit 3rd seed, right? We can't go up, we can't go down. No matter we lose or win tonight. We are the 3rd seed. But here's the path to the 6th seed. And we all know 3rd seed plays 6th seed. So the Knicks will play the Raptors if there's 3 scenarios. If the Raptors win, the Hawks win. First scenario. Second, Raptors win, Hawks lose, Magic win. Third scenario, Raptors lose, Magic lose, 76ers lose. That would mean the Knicks will play the Raptors. The Knicks will play the Hawks if the Raptors win, the Hawks lose, and the Magic lose. The Knicks will play the Magic if the Magic win and the Raptors lose. The Knicks will play the 76ers if the 76ers win, the Raptors lose, and the Magic lose. Those are the scenarios for the Raptors, Orlando, Atlanta, and Philly all fighting to be the 6th seed to play the Knicks.
Damn.
Yeah. Wimbyama, that's a math for your ass, nigga. I challenge you. Challenge. What's that from? Challenge.
Hold on. Challenge. That's Bill Cosby.
There you go. He got on all black. When I see that outfit, I don't want no smoke. I'm not even looking in his eyes. Look.
What was he doing when he did challenge?
Hold on. Wait, because I just.
What was he doing?
Yeah. Tap dancing, one of the goats.
One of the goats.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Gregory Hines.
No.
But they were in the studio.
With the hair.
Yeah, old head. I forgot the old dude name.
Yeah.
Challenge. Damn.
I gotta jump at 7 my time. Young Flea's birthday is today. My son is turned 20 years old today. So we're gonna pop out, show him some love tonight, taking him to get some grub, you know.
Nice. Happy birthday, Young Flea, man, turning 20, y'all. Have a beautiful birthday, my brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
Young Flea. Always the little one. Happy birthday.
Bust your ass. I know you watch. If you watching, little nigga, kick your ass. Love you, boy.
That wasn't the Cosby Show, J Mars?
Yeah.
That was the actual Cosby Show. I definitely remember they were in the studio, right?
Yeah.
Challenge. Yeah. And Bill was doing some bullshit.
He was doing some bullshit. Yeah, dumb shit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to the Cosby Show, man, like the legends, that'll be for another story. But yeah, man.
Well, that's why he was who he was. Hold on, before we go crazy, that's put him in a different level. That show put him on a different level. Not just forget about NBC, just like it was too classic. It was too classic.
It was fire. Fire.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody. Hey, Ray Floyd, I am in my 30s, man. Be cool. Sam Gill. I ain't there yet, baby. Keep a cool booty.
I gotta ask y'all a question.
What we got?
Knicks watch party tonight against the Hornets, right? We all know last game of the season. A lot of games going on tonight. Charles Barkley made a comment. Right? He says,
today?
It had to be the other day. I just seen it. But I don't know. They work for ESPN now, so maybe I can just type in maybe Charles Barkley. But sometimes these reels go so fast that it's difficult to, But Barkley said, this might be it right here. No. Barkley said that guys sitting out for the last game of the season, he said it's disrespectful. He said he gets, but this is where he throws me off. He said he gets it for Wemby or Joker. He named about 5-6 players. He said, of course, he made a joke with LeBron because he's 102 years old. My brothers, I got to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about, teams having damn near, the whole squad sitting out for the last game of the season? Is it disrespectful to the fans and to the game?
Go ahead, Flea.
I don't know. I feel a little indifferent about it. It's disrespectful, I guess, to the fans that waited until the last game of the season to get a ticket. I respect it though. If that's how the money lines up and you had to wait to the end of the season to get a ticket, I understand it. But you also got to understand, they're gearing up. They're gearing up to get ready for the second season, which I hope fans understand is really the most important part of the season, which is the playoffs. So I get it. All right. There's people that are coming here to see the Knicks last home game of the season. They get a chance to see their guys. For me, I look at it different. I don't mind coming to seeing the rest of the guys that are part of this Knicks ball club. If you are infatuated with seeing Jalen Brunson, respectfully, you had 40 other opportunities to do it this season. 40 other ones. This is the 41st time that the Knicks are playing at the Garden this year. So, I mean, if we getting up for the playoffs, I can't be mad at these guys sitting out right now. I can't be thinking about the fans at game 82. I'm sorry. That's me.
Well, of course. Let's commend AllBall for improving his technological skills out here in these streets, in these internet streets. He's out here. He got us right to it. AllBall. Where we at with it? Charles Barkley talking about sitting out.
These two guys. Come on, man. You risk Wemby, maybe. You rest Joker and Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. You rest LeBron because he's 102 years old. But all these dudes just sitting out. That's just disrespectful, man. Let's rest these two guys. Come on, man. You rest Wemby, maybe. You rest Joker and Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. You rest LeBron because he's 102 years old. But all these dudes just sitting out. That's just disrespectful, man.
First of all, I seen Barkley with Shorty the other day.
Shorty.
That thing. That young thing. It was a little too cozy.
Ooh, he was with Rossini too?
I'm not sure who Rossini is. I heard the name. One of them things that was rolling with Puff a little while ago. Barkley's doing a lot right now, man. I don't know what kind of diet he's on. He should have been on that diet during his playing years. What?
God. Shot for no reason. Don't listen. Don't mind me. I cuss people. That's what I do. Do not mind me. I'm sorry.
I understand where he's coming from though, because of, let's say, the other guys during his era that set the standard, right? Like when you look at Jordan's career, he played 80 games a couple of times, and Jordan said he prided himself on that. But now it got me looking up Charles Barkley's stats, right? Barkley, how many times did you play 80 games before I go on a rant?
But that's a different conversation.
Hold on. One, two.
How was that a different conversation?
Good. I'll let him finish.
Out of his 16 years in the league, he played 80 games 1, 2, 3 times, 79 times and more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. He played 70 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So half your career you played over 70 games. A lot of you got 68 games here, 67, 65, 68, 53, 68, 42, and 20 his last couple of years. When do you determine when to take these games off? And we're talking about a guy who, once again, I always have to go back to when he goes at it with Kevin Durant and these dudes being the bus driver. Charles, you are the pioneer to this era. You jumped teams. You forced your way to Phoenix. You wanted to join the Trailblazers when they made the finals. You wanted to join the Bulls when Jordan came back in '96. I don't want to hear it. It's all documented. He was sitting down with the Portland Trailblazers and everything. What are these guys doing that you didn't exercise, that you didn't try to do beforehand? Not playing the last game of the season. You know what that tells us? That we earned the right to not play this game for our starters to rest. Cat looked tired as hell before, what was it, last week against, I forgot who it was now. All these games look the same now. But they earned their rest. What that means that as a fan, as a team rooting for them, that means we know collectively we need earn this right to go into the playoffs with everything intact. Why risk this? Now, if you pointed to Mikal Bridges, who's just sitting down to play 20 seconds and extend his Iron Man streak, I get that. That's silly. But all these players who are sitting on the bench to watch this game right now, I think fans are showing up with pride and they'll root for them because we got more wins than last year. Mike Brown is now the winningest rookie coach in Knicks history, beat Pat Riley's record. There's a lot to be happy about when sitting these players down. They didn't limp into the playoffs, thankfully so, and hopefully with over a week off going into the playoffs that start next Saturday on the 18th, we'll be able to go in there fully healthy, AllBall.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that's a whole different conversation. Charles Barkley is talking about one game, the end of the season. And what he said also was, I didn't see the whole thing. I'm going to have to watch it. That's the only clip I could find for the moment, right? But if I'm not mistaken, what he was saying was, okay, I understand if you sit a Wemby, right, or a Joker. But why is Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon sitting, right? So that's kind of what he's saying. And I kind of agree. I get sitting some guys. But like a game like tonight, 5 Knicks, right? We understand if Brunson or Cat sit, okay, OG tweaked his ankle. So, but why is Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges sitting? Right? If you go to, let's say OKC, I understand if SGA sits. But
why do you understand that? I'm confused at why Barkley or yourself says that guys like that could sit, but other guys can't.
Because their load, pause, for the team and for the season is much bigger than those guys. So for me, I mean, you can respond. I give you a chance to respond, but I do feel some way, even though, I was making a joke like, maybe the whole team can sit now because we going into the playoffs. But it is crazy if a team has the whole starting 5 sitting out, especially when we know kind of our Knicks isn't doing it, but we know why certain teams are sitting certain guys to duck certain teams and to be at a certain seating. I kind of agree, Flea, to sit a whole starting 5 for the last game of the season. I get if certain players can sit, but I don't understand why the whole starting 5 has to sit. I just don't agree.
So let's say Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges do play, or OG does play, and one of those 3 guys or all 3 of those guys get hurt. Then what? The load for those superstars becomes even bigger going through the playoffs. Now you got other guys that are going to step up. All of these are ifs, but I'm just saying, if they worried about injury, if that's the reason why they sitting all of these guys and they worried about injury, for the Knicks, the type of team that we have, one injury could change everything for us. So I don't know. For me, I think it's better safe than sorry, because if we walk into the playoffs limping, it's not good for us. The Knicks, surprisingly, I don't know if it's come out yet. We were the most healthy team last year due to our training staff. So I don't know if that's the case again. But if that is the case again, that's going to be a big upside for us going into the playoffs, being the most healthy team in the league, or one of.
Yes, I mean, I agree. Like I said, that's that right there. What you said, that's always a thought, right? But you can also get injured in the first game of the playoffs, a la Kyrie Irving, right? So I'm not, like I said, I don't think nobody's wrong here, right? We can argue all day about it. I totally 100% understand what you're saying, but I kind of, being a fan, understand what Barkley is saying. Like I said, to sit a whole starting five, like I said, I think our Knicks, we don't sit guys. So I don't want to make the Knicks an example, Flea, because think about it. None of our guys load manage, right? A lot of these guys load manage a lot during the season. We don't load manage.
Minus Mitch. That's it. Minus Mitch.
Right. Know what I'm saying? But minus Mitch, think about it. Cat, Brunson, OG, like them guys don't load manage, and they come back from injury quicker than anybody, right? So, but I get what Barkley is saying when, like, okay, if the Denver Nuggets play tonight, okay, I get the Joker sit. Why the hell is Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray sitting? I kind of understand that. I'm sorry, I just do.
But they don't win without Aaron Gordon or Jamal Murray either.
That's my point.
It's not that they're just as important, but when talking about a championship, they are just as important as Joker when it comes to that team. That's who fits together. But in football, there was a time where the Colts were 13-2 going into the last week of the regular season. They had everything on smash and they rested everybody. They had the number 1 seed, but that means they wouldn't play for 2 weeks because they had the bye week. Then you had the first week of the playoffs, which is for the not the play-in, but the whatever that's called in football. So that means they wouldn't play in 3 weeks. The only argument we have here is that we have 8 days for another game, maybe even 9 because they play the other day. The next game is next Saturday, but the first game of the playoffs, Kyrie getting hurt, that's the risk you take. You're gonna risk no matter what. They go out there and play in the playoffs. We were talking about OG Anunoby went out there with a bum hamstring against the Pacers 2 years ago. He's taking that risk because that's when you take it. If there ever was a time, we know about Grant Hill's story, and while we don't want players to go do that, but is there too much on load management, stuff like that? Yeah, but I just think this is a time for Barkley that he's using to, try to make his point about how the old school and the new school are different. And I just hate the fact that he avoids and nobody checks him on it, that he is the guy before everyone. He was ahead of his time when it comes to this. He was pulling all these moves out, being drafted and saying, I ain't going to that team. I'm going to go eat 3 pies of pizza and get fat. And like everything these guys do today, he was doing back then. So it's amazing that nobody checks him on it just because he's funny or they think he's going to clap back. But I want to see him respond to anyone who will come at him like that. Pull up them articles. What you were doing, all these things that you're accusing these players of doing. If I wouldn't even be shocked that Barkley was load managing back then.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen Shaq check him sometimes, but I think at this point, Barkley is just doing his job. He's just reporting and giving his opinion on the game today. So, I mean, I'm not trying to sit and defend Barkley, but like, what's the purpose of bringing up what he did 20, 30 years ago when all he doing is reporting today? It's too much. Bro,
all he's doing is shitting on today, and that's what they were talking about. That every time the young kids watch Inside the NBA, they see these old guys shitting on the new school, acting as if it's so foreign. That's why, because where's the update to, where's the appreciation for these guys? Just because they missed one game, it's not like they're a bunch of the Brooklyn Nets have some nerve missing the final game of the season. That's tanking and all that shit. Say it about them, but not the Nuggets who got something to play for.
Flea, I just have to ask y'all. But let's just say Barkley is the poster child, like Fabian is saying, right? Is he still wrong for expressing what he feels or his opinion on what he thinks? Even if he's the poster child for load management, it still doesn't. Niggas still do too much low managing. So should he not be able to say that?
I think it's fine for him to state that and to say that. My issue comes in is where the guys that are talking the game, the former players, you got to be able to understand that other guys that played the game are going to revert back to some of the things that you did. It's just how this thing works. You open yourself up for criticism and pushback because you were a former player. Now, if it's Zach Lowe or Bill Simmons saying this, it's just an opinion and they move on and they say, oh, I disagree and all of that. But now you're looking at former guys, they open themselves up to say, okay, I understand what you're saying, but when you were in that position, did you do it? What did you do? It's just natural human instinct from a player to player type of thing. That's all I'm saying. I fully agree with Barkley. If he's speaking his piece, he's looking at it how he looks at it. I'm fine with that. But just understand that you are a former player and you're going to be open for current players or former players or guys like us to say, all right, that's cool, but nigga, you were a superstar. What the fuck did you do?
You telling me he's criticizing the era, right? Where it's totally acceptable to pull these shenanigans off, right? And it's always a flashback to his era when it was more competitive and you don't do stuff like this. And yet he is the poster child during an era when it was supposed to be so competitive, yet somehow you found the loophole. And now you mad because the whole league is a loophole. If you made that statement on ball, then you and I, we could go back and forth about it. But the fact that it's Barkley to me, my first favorite player of all time, the fact that it's him saying it, and he says these things constantly about these guys, comparing it to yesteryear, when he is the guy who led this thing, is beyond hypocritical. He can't say that. You made way too much money. The Nike contract, bro, he literally got fat. This dude is crazy. All these guys, how many guys do we actually see on the court today that are overweight?
Yeah, but
that has everything to do with the fact that you got to give them more credit. You don't play in this era, Charles. You don't. And if you did, what would you be doing if you did that shit back then when it was supposed to be tighter? All the rules were strict. You did it when the rules were strict. So what happens when the rules are loose? You would do something different, Charles? You're lying. He's lying.
Nah, I think you're taking this to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I think you get hung up. You get hung up on Chuck. I'm with you. I understand. I think you're hung up on Chuck. Yeah, listen. Cool.
But hold on. So what's wrong with being hung up on Chuck instead of when we answer the question? Is it? That's a flat out. The answer was easy for me. I don't care if they're sitting down today. We are sitting in the number 3 seed. It's locked in. We're not playing for anything. We can't determine anything unless we want to knock out the Hornets from this position or whatever it is.
Okay. But we can't say Chuck can't have an opinion on that. We can't say he can't say anything. His job is to sit, watch the game, which we know they don't do, right? And analyze and critique the game. Now, how he does it, whether you like it or not, I'm fine with that. But you can't say he can't say what he's saying. No, that's his opinion. And to be honest, he's correct.
So at this point, anybody on the panel shouldn't have nothing to say. Maybe Kenny. We can't go back to Kenny, but Shaq was a load managing fat boy. So was Charles Barkley. So at this point, nobody on that panel should have anything to say about load managing or their opinion on it because of who they were as players during those times of injury or trying to fight through playing. I'm just asking.
I just remember a time when we were younger, right? Uh-huh. And an older dude would tell you, "Hey, young man, hey, young blood, don't do that." You look at them, you be like, "Man, fuck out of here." He'd be like, "All right." And when a real dude will break it down to you, he'd be like, "I did that. Don't do that." And they'll tell you, "I fucked up." I don't hear enough of Charles Barkley and Shaq saying, yo, I wish I didn't do that. I've heard Shaq regret the Penny Hardaway situation in Orlando, but I've never heard the way. That's what Kevin Durant and these guys never went to, because they didn't really live in that era, and we did. So Kevin Durant could have never shot at Barkley like that. If he really did his research, he'd be like, yo, hold on. Chuck, you talking to me like that? Dog. So I just think that being a contradiction in that way is he's entertaining regardless. He can do his job regardless if he answered this or not, AllBall. But I like when the motherfucker is really real. He's supposed to be real. Shaq is supposed to be real. So if they're going to be honest about that take, just like with Cat, yo, Cat, you know, sometimes I play this way. When I was laissez-faire, you know, Kobe got in my ass, bro. Like, if I didn't have Kobe, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what the team would have been at, because he was really serious game in, game out. You got a guy, you got a teammate, he takes the game on, game in, game out. I was kind of like you. I was kind of passive sometimes, and it cost me. And I could have been greater than when I was, but I didn't take every step seriously. I don't hear any accountability from these superstars. That's what the younger guys, I think, are pointing to when they're saying, I'm watching and I'm really not learning. I'm really not learning because you're acting like you were God on the court and you did nothing wrong. Everything you did was perfect. It's like, so you're saying if you lived in our era, you played in our era, you wouldn't do anything we did? I smell bullshit. That's how I feel about what they're talking about.
I mean, once again, you're not wrong, but that's a different conversation. That's just my opinion. Barkley is correct. That's his opinion. And just because you feel how you feel, like Flea said, so Barkley, certain topics, he shouldn't have an opinion. He shouldn't discuss. He should sit out of it. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I just said that if you're going to answer it that way, let them know that you regret doing that. You should also follow it up with the fact that you've done that. I may have sat out some games. I did sit out some games in Philadelphia, and I was protesting to get traded and all that. He can talk about this from experience. Like, I know what it is to be you. Trust me, at the end, it doesn't work. Because if you go out there, game 82, them fans are going to love you more, bro. In Philly, I regret not going out there giving them my all in Philadelphia. Because them fans deserve way more. They're crazy. You got to rock with those fans. I just don't hear enough of, to be honest, what we do. But we just like, all right, I might be flip-flopping. All right, I might have said this last week, but I'm saying this today. I don't hear him doing that, Flea.
I mean, that's cool. I understand that, but we also, you know, if we going back real time in the moment, what did Philly do to build once Dr. J got old, once Moses got old, once they put the keys in his hand? What did they do to build around him? Like Hershey Hawkins, like Jeff Kaminsky, like these niggas. I'm just saying, like, go back to some of those rosters, Sedell 3, like, go back to some of the rosters that they started to put around Barkley when Barkley was at the prime of his career, or walking into the prime of his career. I could totally feel you on him shitting on Philly towards the end, but Barkley gave a lot to that city. We talk about the flip side of it. The other side of it is he walked in as a fat boy. He didn't want to go there. He didn't want to go there. He walked in as a fat boy, but changed some things. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's two sides to that whole thing, you know, with Barkley.
I don't think it's two sides. I think what you're saying is it's accurate. But Barkley's he's not putting himself back in those shoes and saying, yo, I felt like Philly did me like this, and I'm a premier player and XYZ. So I understand what these players are going through right now. But trust me, LeBron, don't leave Cleveland. Don't leave Cleveland. Trust me, KD, don't leave OKC. I was there before. I regret doing that stuff. That's what I mean by that. I don't think it's fully honest. I don't think it's fully transparent. And I think somehow we say it all the time, AllBall. Well, man, get off your high horse. Get off your high horse. Now that the more we talking about this, remember, this is my first favorite ball player of all time. That clip of him which y'all showed me when he was in the car, cursing out homeboy, get away from his car with the signature. Now it makes even more sense. Now, so you the guy that's coming out here talking about go play for the fans, but you can't sign a signature. Yo, Charles, shut the fuck up, bro. Like now I'm all the way. I know I'm right about this. Now I know I'm right about this shit.
He signed it.
Thank you. To play devil's advocate, he signed it.
He signed it.
And told me to go get the fuck, bro.
Get
that was
what
are you talking about?
You was wilding. You was wilding. You was panhandling, asking for $1. I don't have $1. Now I said, fuck it, I got $1 for you here, and you still going crazy.
No way possible. You guys are. I don't care. You know I don't care. You do what you want to do, but stop sitting here acting like you are holier than thou in these positions, Charles. There's way. That's why I love when LeBron flamed Barkley. That shit was hilarious. So Charles, I'm not out here throwing people through glass windows and all that. Chill out. All I did was change teams, bro. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. The way he talks is like, yo, dog, I just want to hear you be human. I like to hear. That's why you see you don't like it all, ball, but that's why all the smoke interviews, them dudes be getting real on there. They like when Paul Pierce described going to Kansas and just the way when Kenny Smith talked about coming up in Queens, it just feels personal. I want to. Did Charles do all the smoke yet?
Barkley was on there being honest about the things that he did wrong and right as well. So I mean, I don't think in that moment. I don't think in that moment that we're watching right now, Barkley should have had to take the time to say or preface all of his comments with, "This is who I am. This is what I did. Don't do what I did." But now I could say, "You niggas is doing some bullshit." I think in the moment he can say, "Yo, that's not the greatest look," and not have to be looked at as a hypocrite in that moment. I hear what you're saying, but for me, I'm not going to choose that moment to look at him as a hypocrite, whether he's telling the truth. That's what it is at the end of the day. I think that's why OG is saying it's a completely different conversation. Yeah, we could advance the conversation and start talking about how he's a dickhead for sure. But
that's not what has me hung up on it. It's not that the fact that he is a dickhead. And he talks about his shortcomings all the time. Like, that's not how he's branded. That's not the Barkley image. It's not, yo, man, just being 1,000% thorough. Yeah, he's off the cuff. Yeah, it's raw, but it's still like, don't tell me that he talks about his shortcomings and talks about Durant like that. You can't tell me that. It comes off that way. It comes off like he's an old guy yelling at the garbage can. That's what he sounds like.
Like I said, this is a great conversation. And I think, we kind of, I just think what Barkley said is 100% correct. I think everything else is a whole nother convo. And, we all have said the game is trash now, right? No competition, no this, no that. I've heard people say they don't even watch the NBA anymore, whether they're telling the truth or not. But a lot of us agree that the game is watered down. And a reason for it is low management. Guys sitting down, whole starting fives, 3-4 out of the 5 starting 5. Like, that is a problem. Now,
so hold on, because I already took it to where Barkley's full of shit and he's a hypocrite. Okay. But so now because he said sitting out the last game of the season, this is what proves, this is more evidence that the game was watered down. This is what the point is now.
No. I'm not saying he said that. So I'm saying, you have a problem with what he said, but we all agree for the last couple of years, the NBA is watered down. And for me, a reason why is because of what we accept as fans. Like he said, remember, he was clear. I don't mind Wemby. He said maybe. He said okay to Joker. But then why is the whole starting 5 sitting out? That's what he's talking about. And I'm going to be honest. I have a problem with that if the whole 5 is sitting down. Nah, you guys get paid to play basketball. You guys already low manage too much as it is. Like I said, I understand who doesn't like it, who does like it. I'm just saying, for me, what he said, I think he can have his opinion on that. And I don't think he was wrong.
So I'll stick to the opinion then, since I took it to left field. I just said before, like, I don't have an issue with that when I feel like they've earned this right. It's not the moment to use to say this is what watered down the league. No, it was the other game that they took.
I didn't say he said that. I'm saying that. It's part of
but that's
the game being watered down.
but that's what brings the thought. That's what the thought you're having, and I'm pretty sure he feels that way. So I'm not gonna. We can't determine the rest of his opinions based on this one opinion. All right, cool. But the fact that we're using this game for the starters, I agree with whoever said that too. You should get your money back. You should get your money back if you didn't get what you were promised. That's not what you paid for. The players shouldn't get paid them games either if you're sitting down for these games. I agree with all of that. There should be some repercussions for that because your face is on the ticket, on the side of the billboard. It's on the stadium. That's how you sold the game today.
Hold on. We taking this way too far. It's the last fucking game of the season, y'all. It's enough now. It's enough. Sorry if these niggas are not playing the last game of the season. I'm going to say it again. To you fans that think you're entitled to see these niggas play the last game of the season, why did you wait till April to go see a Knicks game? There was 80 chances. You chose the 82nd chance to go see the Knicks. I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel bad for you if you can't see Jalen Brunson tonight on game 82. I'm sorry. It's the last game of the season. If we're talking specifically Knicks, these guys play. Not a lot of guys load manage for the Knicks. But again, I'm sorry. If you waited till game 82 to see your favorite player, he's not your favorite player. Sorry. Then you're really not a fan then.
So hold on. So we got all black everything Flea.
You took it.
No, he didn't. No. He see, but how is it? Hold on.
But J-Rock, here's the thing. I don't care about individual circumstances at this point. If you waited 82 games to go see your favorite player at the end of the season, knowing the landscape of what the NBA is, it's irresponsible on your part. Fuck that.
And what Flea is saying, Flea's reaction is to this, AllBall. So I don't understand how any of these topics are veering off. They're on the topic. I don't agree.
You're not really a fan then. That's really not your guy. Sorry.
I don't agree with Flea because people do determine, this might be the cheapest ticket. The Hornets weren't supposed to be a good team. I'm just
cool. If you're a fan of the NBA, you've been watching the league for some time now, you know that it is a chance that these guys are not going to play last game of the season. There's a chance. You've been watching long enough to know that. Make a responsible decision. Don't blame it on these niggas now and make it seem like I'm not getting my money's worth. Nah, get the fuck out of here.
Right, because the
I'm not buying that.
Hold on, boy, because the 82nd game of the season. I'm not loud. I'm saying
I'm saying what Sam Gale is saying in, like my brother Flea. I respect the ladies, but Sam Gale, what do you mean we wasting time on? We talking about a topic. Like, yeah, what do you mean we wasting 30 minutes on Charles Barkley? We love basketball. We love discussing basketball. Like,
and again, this isn't what I just say. That's my first favorite player of all time. And to go back to that and then bring it and pull it all together, there's a reason why. Barkley was raw back then. I'm not no role model. So it's not like he hasn't been doing this. He's always been on brand. That's where Flea's coming from right now. Raw and uncut. If you waited to the 82nd game of the season to buy a ticket, you ain't no fan. I wouldn't go that far because of the fact that 82nd game means you bought that ticket cheap for a reason. It's the Hornets. Like you said, Flea, they might be out of playoff contention. More than likely, it's going to be a cheaper ticket. It's not the Celtics. It's not the Lakers. We know the Lakers are the highest ticket in demand all year long. But I can't blame a fan for paying for the ticket. But I'm responding to, and I kind of agree with there has to be a repercussion to, if we bought these tickets, bro, we did expect to see XYZ. Can we get a discount? Can we get a nigga get a pencil? Like
that's the risk you run. I'm sorry. Game 82.
True.
I understand game 50. Game 50. And your man's not playing, and you got your whole family here, you brought 4 tickets, $150 a pop, and you spent some cash. I get that. I get it. But last game of the season, no. Knicks fans, sorry. We need our guys ready to rock this first round. This first round is very, very important. It's telling. It's very, very important. We can't get into this first round.
Oh, boy, real quick, man. Flea might be on to something. Flea, you might have said some shit right now because on the low, That's the like the load management side. We already know the owners got something to do with that and the players, right? And whoever's arguing against that, bringing up the kids, bringing up the family, we pay top dollar. That's low key extortion. Why are you bringing up the babies? Why are you bringing up the babies, bro? They didn't buy the ticket. Blame the parents. That was an executive decision. Dad bought the tickets. Mom bought the tickets. So
Dad been watching.
Right.
I've been watching the game. I've been watching the game all year. I'm gonna wait to the end of the season to go get Rockets tickets to go see them play the Timberwolves. Now, luckily, here's the thing. Luckily, Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards played the other night. So it's like, okay, great. But if they didn't, Baby Flea, I'm sorry, girl. These things can happen. Right now, Dad fucked up. I should have been took you. I'm taking responsibility. I love the game too much. I'm not gonna act like I don't understand how this shit works. Now we're gonna kill these niggas? No. No, I'm sorry.
I hear both of y'all. Totally disagree. My last point. Flea is insane.
No.
Y'all,
you gonna answer the question? You gonna answer the question?
What's the question? What's the question?
Is it the fans' fault? They need to be bigger fans instead of buying the 82nd game.
No, hell no, I don't agree with that. But I told y'all, when he has on all black, he's out of control.
That ass,
no, not please,
no.
fucking.
That ass,
no. Right?
He went straight super evil.
Right. No, right? No, but all seriousness, just my last point is, it's insane when the whole starting five sits. I don't see why Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart is sitting if they're healthy. And that's all Barkley was trying to say. And that's the part I agree with. For teams to be sitting the whole starting five, and then maybe one of their best bench players, to me, that's insane. Now, I'm making it a joke, but to me, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, there's nothing the person can convince me and tell me to agree with tonight why Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart isn't playing. I'm sorry. And for other teams that are sitting their whole starting five, I'm not agreeing with that, bro. I'm just not. Sorry.
So
I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
I don't, not especially when Nuggets got the third seed too, right? They clamped it up. They don't have the Lakers don't have a chance at.
Nah, Lakers probably gonna be fourth, right? Fourth or fifth.
They are fourth. I think they're a game behind.
They're gonna get the Rockets first round.
The Lakers,
I don't think.
But is it set in stone? That's what I'm saying. It's so much.
That's what I'm saying. They're a game behind.
I thought us playing the Raptors, right? I thought us playing the Raptors was set in stone when we won in Atlanta. In Cleveland lost the other night. But you see the scenario, we could wind up playing, depending on what happens today, we could wind up playing Atlanta, Philly, Orlando, or the Raptors. So I don't know what's set in stone at this point.
I'm trying to look it up. What they showed it on the TV, AllBall?
No. I know. Remember, before the Knicks game started, they showed the scenario of who we could play. So I'm pretty sure all these games today, I don't think none of this is set in stone. Because if you look, some of these teams is like 1 or 2 games behind each other. So
what does this win do for Charlotte? If Charlotte wins today, does this do something for them?
Right, because they playing everybody.
Well, they're in 9th right now, right? And 8th is the 76ers at 44 and 37. So if the Sixers lose, I'm not sure if they get to play the Magic or whoever the 7th seed is.
Hold on. Let me see the Charlotte thing first, real quick. All right, stop right there. Remember, if Charlotte wins tonight, they are 43 and 39. If Philly loses, they are
44. That's what I'm saying. No. If Charlotte wins,
then they tied. Who has the tiebreaker to get?
I think see the Hornets. Yeah. I don't think LaMelo is playing if they don't have a chance at the 8th seed. But why do you want the 8th seed?
Maybe you.
I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because if you're in Charlotte's position right now, it takes you 2 games to get to the playoffs. If you're in the Magic and the Sixers position, it takes you 1 game to get to the playoffs. Right. So it does mean something. It does mean that's why LaMelo's playing today. So if you want to secure,
this does mean something.
Huh?
So this win for Charlotte does mean something for them in terms of seeding.
Yeah. It gives them a chance at the 8th seed.
And a big shout out Mo Hunnit. Like he said, we want the 9th seed to get us 1 home game. So it's Flea. I guess it's a lot going on with these players as far as like, yo, if you win this game, you get the home game, and so it's a lot going on. So right now, you know, the East and the West, I don't think nothing is really set in stone like that.
Oh no, that's a great point, Flea. The Hornets, 1 game ahead of the Heat. If they lose a game, now they're tied with the Heat. So the Heat might have the tiebreaker on them, and they might get the home court in that game. So yeah, this is it. I mean, we're making this more interesting, bro, because the Magic.
Sam Gell is breaking it down. She said Charlotte get a home court in the play-in against the Heat.
But they're right.
If they win.
Yes. Okay. They how do you say that? They clinch home court against the Heat.
Right. If they win tonight.
If they win right now, because they have 38 losses and he have 39.
Black shades, black do-rag, black hoodie. I'm behaving myself, green blood. Slow down, nigga. We having fun. We breaking it down. If you don't want to be a part of the breakdown, get the fuck on.
No, or just break it down. You
happy
fucking
Sunday
jerk.
To everybody.
No, happy Sunday to this jerk.
No, because niggas be acting too crazy. They get too comfortable because we have a lot of fun and we love everybody. No, nigga, you relax or go away. How about that? I'm sick of niggas acting like they somebody. Go away. We breaking it down, nigga. If you new around here, you don't know how this shit works. Go away.
But Sam Gale hated the
1988, and you my age. Catch you in traffic, nigga.
No, don't please. He said sounds fun.
I love it. This is the thing. I love that. You just came in here talking weird. Be like everybody else. You see the comments. They know how we get down. This niggas is weird, man.
Greenblood, not for nothing. Being mad at life and not me is a funny line, but you got to fight back better than that. Why don't you just explain what?
I own a lot, Greenblood. Don't please relax. Go away. I own a lot, baby. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
Hold on. Oh, what'd you say, AllBall?
No. Hold on.
AllBall, hold on. What'd you say earlier? Challenge.
Hold on. No. Hold on. I don't know who Greenblood is. Honestly, I don't want to know who he is. I told y'all. What the fuck does owning a car have to do with anything?
That's what he said?
Yeah, well, like please explain.
Yeah, niggas be weird.
My nigga, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. I'm not explaining anything. It's simple. All right.
You got your attention.
He said he don't want to explain nothing. Well, let me explain something to you. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. Please.
He said,
Fabian, get him out of here, bro. Yeah, please get him out of here, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Get him out of here, bro. Come on. It's not even funny. Like I get the joke. Catch me in traffic. You have a car? Come on, man. Yeah, get out of here.
Catch you ever in traffic at your house. How about that?
No, all right. So the Knicks.
Relax, man.
That's all right.
I take it to the
Fabian,
level.
That's why I asked you, get him out of here, bro.
Go away. Because I take it to a different level.
Come on, bro. Pack him up, bro.
Go away.
I thought Flea's better at this. He knows how to do it faster than me. He got better at this. I'm telling you.
We don't know. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. Listen, if Flea ain't have an all black, then maybe we could have kept it going. Like, bro, no, get him out of here, bro.
Flea, can you please wear all white tomorrow?
It's love. Everybody here knows it's love.
Aaron, thank you for your $4.99.
Got to be an outlier. It's love. They know that.
Thank you for your $4.99, fellas. What's good? Fun year, man. Real work starts now. Let's get it. Detroit. OG, what up, little nigga?
That's energy. That's good energy. That's good energy. That's what we need. That's good energy. What up, little nigga? That's good energy.
Oh, shit.
That's good.
Yo, look, you made me. I couldn't even put on my glasses. That was good. That was good. That was good. Right.
The funny part was I just was reading. I didn't expect that. Carolina Drew, thank you for your $4.99. Shout out to the Knicks for sitting there starters. My Hornets need all the playing help we can get. Oh, Carolina Drew, there you go. Carolina.
Fellas, real quick, I gotta ask y'all, right?
Thank you, thank you, Cherokee baby.
Cherokee in the building. What up? Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Like I said, watch party, Hornets versus the Knicks. We got the third seed locked in. Do y'all think tonight is a showcase for any of the Knicks guys out there playing tonight to have an opportunity to get some minutes in the playoffs? Or
Mohammed Diawara. Lord have mercy. Do whatever you can to prove yourself and continue to prove yourself. All right, I'm sorry. I told Fabian this offline. Maybe I'll take the time to do it now. Mike Brown, my fault. My fault, big dog.
Hold on. You got it.
What?
My fault, Mike Brown. My fault. My fault.
What are you apologizing for? No.
You handle business this season, man. You handle business. Time for the next season, but regular season, you did what you were supposed to do. My fault, baby. I didn't trust you. I was a little hurt. So I had to walk it back. What is wrong with that? I do that. See, these niggas are not comfortable doing that. I could do that. Let me walk it back. Mike Brown, 82-game season, you handled your business, boy. You navigated the ebbs and flows. You got us right back where we need to be. Top of the East, playoffs, ready to rock and roll. Sorry, Mike Brown. Time to really prove yourself, but my fault.
Let's stay there.
In the regular season, I did not.
Let's stay there. Nostalgic
Nick, be easy on me, bro. I had to walk it back, man. He handled business. He did.
No.
Did what he supposed to do.
No, Fleet. Let's stay there, right? Because me and Fabian was talking earlier, right? Let's stay right there. Chat. Is Mike Brown the original Kaiser Soze? Is Mike Brown Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Let me explain. Do we all have to retract? Do we all eventually have to be honest, like Flea just said or just did, and give Mike Brown his props? 52-game win season, 3rd seed. Flea, I'm going to second that. Mike Brown did a good job. You had to come in. You had to implement a new system. This is New York. This is New York. You had to get guys to try to buy in. Listen, you ain't got to be high, but all right. So let me ask y'all this, right? What does Mike Brown have to do to get some respect from you?
Hold on.
We didn't fall off.
No. Stay right. Let's stay back. It's the regular season. Everything happened everything that was going to happen already happened. We all had trepidation with the Mike Brown hiring. For everything Matt Barnes said, everything we felt. Sam Gale, you are 100% correct. It is too early for the playoff judgment. We can only judge them at game 82. Well, 5 starters are sitting down to remind everybody they are able to sit down.
That's our problem as Knicks fans. Go ahead, Fabian.
A big reason why is because Mike Brown was told to play the kids, play the talent, make sure that their trade value is where it's at now to be able to trade them and keep us in contention, keep us competitive. So before we can get to the playoffs and determine that, Sam Gale, that's going to be a different level of arbitration. We're going to have a different court session when the playoffs are over. But as of right now, let me say this one thing that we're all overlooking, and I have not given Mike Brown enough credit for, because even the great Tom Thibodeau, Mr. Defensive Genius, did not do this. And we've said it. We refer to it. Everybody has stated it. They recognize it. But we're not giving enough credit to Mike Brown for having Karl-Anthony Towns play his best defensive career that anybody could attest to, even Karl-Anthony Towns. That is no small task. What the hell are we talking about right now? It hit me today, as Flea said, I might have to apologize to Mike Brown. I almost dropped the phone. Couldn't believe that he would say that, but there has to be a sense of relief, especially going through this roller coaster ride where people are going to jump on here saying y'all a bunch of flip-floppers, this, that, and the third. But the point of the matter is we're reacting to everything in real time, and we're giving you our raw emotion. We've given Mike Brown hell, if he's paying attention to this, and we've given him credit where it's due, but Tibbs couldn't do this. He didn't want to do this. They said he was stubborn. This is the collaborative coach they were looking for. So with the task at hand, AllBall, We made the playoffs. I know it's the number 3 seed, but the most wins in Knicks history as a rookie coach. And to me, the nail in the coffin to give him, like, you might have earned that 20 million or 12 million, whatever you're making. Cat's playing defense.
Yeah, Huck.
I mean, for me, this is why us as Knicks fans, including me, we are maniacs. We are hesitant, right, and reluctant to give Mike Brown props. But Brunson's second season, we were putting him in top 5 greatest Knicks of all time. Yeah, no, a lot of people, right?
Why you can't be that? You was the leader.
Listen, right? So that's why we're insane. If we're judging him on a regular season, we ain't in the playoffs yet. For the regular season, he's unlocked OG Anunoby offensively. You cannot deny that. Cat got better defensively. And Flea, I gotta ask you this. Me and Fabian spoke about this. Was Mike Brown throughout the whole season just trying to figure out, because he kind of knew coming into the season, we're going to make the playoffs, especially, when Tatum was hurt, Embiid, no Halliburton, right? Nobody thought Detroit would take this leap. So I'm pretty sure he said, we're going to get to the playoffs. I ain't worried about that. Did he all season just try to weed out who he's going to play, who he's not going to play? And then now the last couple of games in the season, we look like a totally different ball club with Brunson, Cat being on the same pace, playing better basketball. Did Mike Brown do that purposely, or am I reaching?
Nah, I think Mike Brown did a masterful job at navigating a tough ask. They asked him to take this team and say whatever you want about the team. Take this team and get us back into the playoffs and back into a position to compete for a championship. And he was able to do that. Whether I liked him, because I didn't think he was the guy to do that. Again, still some things to be proven in the playoffs, but we had to get there. And going through a grueling 82-game season, completely changing how we approach the game offensively, taking the highs and the lows with this. We won the NBA Cup and we were up here losing it. I know I was with my brothers. We was up here losing it. And then hit a low where we're like, Mike Brown ain't the guy. And then hit another stride, but we only beating bad teams, so we don't really know. Then we hit another stride where we losing again. And then we get towards the end of the season and we're having wins that are like, have us happy and pressing some guys. So like, I'm just saying he navigated some tough shit, whether you like it or not. This was not an easy task. You couldn't have handed this to anybody and said, get it done. So with him being the sixth choice, or one of the last choices, or somebody that you just said, all right, come along, because nobody else wanted, he's done a decent job to be able to get us back into the playoffs. So at this point, for me, I'm talking about me, how can I be upset? How can I be upset at the job? Because my thing is, and I'll give it back to you guys. My thing is this: you bring in a new coach and he implements a new system. We could have easily been the Sixers right now in the play-in. We could have easily been who Charlotte is, taking a huge step back, fighting to get into the playoffs. Then we would have really said, yeah, Mike Brown ain't the guy. We would have been completely upset as an organization because we took 10 steps back. So the fact that we right here amongst all of the turmoil that we had as a team, I think it goes to say that he did a halfway decent job. So I got to walk back all my feelings that I had on him at the beginning of the season.
Mo D with 2 air balls, just to give y'all an update. So Flea, him playing in the playoffs. If so far in the first half, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Listen,
the job is not done yet. I'm with y'all. Job's not done, but we're talking about
we're going off the regular season. Flea,
we completing the first half of the job. The first half of the job is done. We can't skip this step. We had to get into the playoffs as a top seed with home court advantage. We did that. So first half of the job is done.
Hey, Fabian, I have to ask you, right? A lot of us are hesitant to give Mike Brown his props, but if we're talking about the regular season, but what he had to put up with, right? The New York fan base, right? The players not getting along, guys being very inconsistent with their play on both ends of the floor, dealing with injuries with guys like OG, right? For him to still be able to get 52 wins, third seed. I mean, Fabian, are we giving him too much credit, or does he deserve some type of credit?
53 wins. Don't short the guy.
Excuse me.
He set the record. You talking to us. We're giving him credit. We ain't giving nobody nothing. Like, people just came on here thinking, yo, we got to deal with Flea while we're over here standing Jalen Brunson. Hey, there is no, you get to say what you want and we won't get checked on here. It's been 82 games now. We've already talked about what we thought were his shortcomings. We're still kind of pissed at his rotations, and he still has to, figure that out and get more consistent with that. But the fact of the matter is, I'm still hung up on us not even having a super defensive team being in the top 5 defense. If I'm not mistaken, if we can finish this game the right way, or hopefully we hold the Hornets to a certain amount of points, they can finish in top 5 in offense and defensive rating for the first time ever, or something like that. And I know it's analytics, but there has to be some truth to it. And it doesn't look like it a lot of times. We know we're not pleased with the offense. It took way too long for Cat and Brunson to get the 2-man game down. You don't wait till the end of the season to do that. I'm hoping it's some Kaiser Soze thing that he was working on the entire year and he just decides to pull it out in April. Cool. But I don't think so. I think it's a very hard job with these group of players with so much at hand. He ain't never had to deal with a family running an organization. He's up against a family running the organization with the other family, the owners of ownership. The Dolan family owns it, and then you have another family in the building who put pressure on you as well to make decisions. They said this is a collaboration. They told you this is mafia style. We might make that we might sub out Josh Hart in the middle of a game for you. That's how it sounds like. So yeah, you got to give them credit for dealing with that, for making them have Rick Brunson on the bench and Mo Cheeks on the bench. Yeah, you got to give them credit for that. Absolutely. Because we thought, you definitely thought he was out of here. And we're still saying, oh, hold on. I got a question for you, AllBall. Are we still saying that we have to make the finals? If not, Mike Brown is fired? And why?
Definitely.
No. I'm very interested to see how you answer that question.
So for me, I'm gonna have to stand on what I said, right? I always said it's either the finals or, remember, y'all could go back tape. I said the conference finals has to be a dogfight. 7-game series, all games going down to the wire, right?
How you lose, how you win.
Right, exactly. No blowouts. You're not losing a series in 6 games where 2 of those games you had no chance. We need overtime games. We need games where it's a game winner, right? Where like it's a dogfight where it's almost like, yo, did y'all watch that? See how many times you watch a boxing match and even though the guy lost, you just gain that much respect for him because of how the fight was, right? For me, it still doesn't move the goalpost for Mike Brown. We were in the Eastern Conference Finals last season. We know what the next step is. If we lose in the first or the second round, because of what happened to Tom Thibodeau, he has to be fired. He can't get a second chance because Tom Thibodeau didn't. And Tom Thibodeau was revered. Everybody say he created a culture, so you can't treat Mike Brown any different. If Mike Brown isn't in the finals or 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals and it's a dogfight, Mike Brown still has to be fired, no matter how decent or well he did in the regular season.
What you thinking, Fleas? We know young Flea is waiting.
Yeah, no, man. I think that's a tough decision to make. I'm gonna be honest, man, because now I've had this conversation, not with y'all too much, but I had it with y'all about culture and how Tibbs walked out the door and there was no culture and you lost toughness and this and that. But now we're seeing right before our eyes over the last month or so or last couple of weeks, a new culture being built, how they approach things a little differently, right? It looks like guys are starting to buy in and be a little more comfortable. It's not happenstance that the Knicks, our two best players, are running the pick and roll right now. That didn't just happen by accident. That happened because they needed the fucking reps to understand what this guy's asking us to do on the offensive end and how we could get it going together. And finally, it's starting to look like something, right? So now he's saying unlocking OG. I would say that OG was kind of unlocked last year, but right now, this year, he seemed more than just a 3-and-D guy. He seemed like a guy that, we're going to give the ball to OG and everybody get out the way. Or we're going to get the ball to OG and we're going to get him into mixing it up and trying to play make a little bit. We hate when he puts the ball on the floor. But Mike Brown was putting him in positions to play make. That's not something that Tom Thibodeau was kind of putting him in. It was more catch and shoot opportunities. It was more cutting, finding him with on body movement as opposed to giving him the ball and say, let me see you create something for yourself or others. So it's a lot of different things that Mike Brown implemented slowly but surely, and it was clunky. All season, some parts we were happy, some parts we were not. So for me, OG, I see that the team is starting to buy into what he was selling. So that's a hard task for me to say, if he don't make the finals, we got to fire him. Because now what we going to do? Go get somebody else and now go through another season of trying to buy in through 82 games. So it's, for me, I'm not going to jump out there and say we would have to fire him if we don't make the finals. If we get thumped in the first round and get swept, yes.
All right,
there has to be a conversation.
All right. Stay there. Stay there. No, stay right there. I want you to answer this. Fabian can respond. Let's give worst case scenario. We lose in the first round or the second round. Then what?
I mean, you got to make a concentrated decision, man. It can't be off the whim. It can't be, we got to get rid of him. Now, this time, the plan is even way more important than it was with Tibbs, in my opinion.
Agree.
Now you can't just fire him off the whim and not have no clue what you're doing. So, we did that last summer and everybody was like, it had to be done. Cool. But this time around, like if we don't win a championship, we need to be thinking about who it is right now. The guy that's going to succeed Mike Brown if we pull the trigger on that, Dolan, Rose, Worldwide West, everybody in the front office needs to know who that is right this second, even before the playoffs start. We need to know who that is. That's the most important hire if we do decide to fire Mike Brown. I'm just saying, I think he's earning some respect and some buy-in from the guys that's on the team.
Fabian, I need your opinion on this. You asked me the question. I answered. I'm going to throw it back to you. If we lose in the first or the second round, what happens with Mike Brown?
I mean, I think so much determines on what's waiting in the wings. And we know what that is. We just saw Doc Rivers confirming it. Giannis is out of there. He's out of Milwaukee. And we know if you're going after Giannis, he doesn't care about your family. He got his own family that he's trying to bring in and invade the garden with. So I can't see that not playing into this either. For him, Giannis, I would imagine Leon Rose and Jalen Brunson, they're gonna call him. They're gonna ask him about, you want to come over here? Yeah, sure. But how's Mike Brown? I don't know about, like, when I played him against Sacramento, when I played, he's on Golden. I think that's going to be the determining factor. If you can go after Giannis and keep the same team, and if you don't go after Giannis, then I think it's easier to keep Mike Brown, because I don't see these players wanting to be involved with another coach being fired. They don't want to be a part of this, Flea.
What you think, OG?
I hear what both y'all saying, but Mike Brown has to be tremendous in the playoffs. And if we're not going to fire Mike Brown, which I'm kind of fine with as well, like you said, but if he flames out in the first round, it's not even a thought. You have to go, right? But that coaching staff, Big shout Tiger Girl. I think she said it, but we've been alluding to that when Tibbs was here. That coaching staff has to be upgraded immediately.
But I think that's not, hold on, stay right there though, OG. That's not fair to him walking through the door. Walking through the door, they brought him in because the big thing about Tibbs was we need somebody that is a little more collaborative. Interpret that however you want to interpret that, chat and my brother. But they wanted a more collaborative coach. At the end of the day, for me, that feels like a coach that we can control more as opposed to a coach that is a little more stringent. So what I'm saying is what I'm saying.
That was a weak one. I know what that means. Yeah.
Tried to get you again. What I'm saying is though, they hamstrung Mike Brown from the word go, and he's kind of succeeded thus far getting us into the playoffs as a 3 seed. So the next thing I think would be, okay, if we can't get over the top in the playoffs or can't get to the finals, bring the guys in here that you want. Because I promise you, Rick Brunson, Mo Cheeks, Mark Bryant, big respect to them as NBA people, former players, all that type of shit. Those guys are not Mike Brown's guys. I'm sorry. Mike Brown has been attached to, we chronicled it, he's been attached to some legendary coaches. He has plenty of relationships in the NBA. He knows plenty of guys. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that would line up to be on his coaching staff. So I think that would be the next step. Depending on how the playoffs shake, maybe we fire him, maybe we don't. But I would lean towards not firing him and actually letting him, build out his coaching staff and not some coaching staff that Leon Rose said, hey, you got to keep intact. Can't hear you, OG.
Great point. For me, y'all both make sense. It's just, hopefully Mike Brown, maybe this was a test and maybe he passed the test and now it's like, hey, y'all see what I can do. Now just imagine what I really can do if I have a better coaching staff. Because I'm going to be honest, Flea, you was a little too respectful for those names you threw out. Them niggas will never be on nobody's coaching staff after they leave the Knicks. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's be realistic.
This Mo Cheeks last stop.
Bro, he should have never had a stop. Like if those guys have a job in the organization, it shouldn't be on the coaching staff. Like seriously. They are not coaching nobody up. They're not helping nobody with their game. Like you see on the bench. Those guys are just sitting there chilling, checking them phones. Okay, the direct deposit hit. We good. Other teams, you see the assistant coach basically standing up as long as the head coach, coaching guys up, talking to guys. Rick Brunson does that once in a blue, but like I said, I think, with a better coaching staff, and we said this for Tom Thibodeau as well, I think, Flea, if we don't fire Mike Brown, that has to be the next step. It's no way in the world you can continue to go into season after season with this type of coaching staff. Shit is a joke. And nobody really talks about that enough.
Yeah, but
James, what up, James? Bless one. What up?
But what Flea is saying is 100% correct. So you're gonna go back-to-back years just firing coaches. That means you guys don't have a plan in back-to-back seasons, and that's after getting Brunson, the poster child, the prodigy, the prodigal son. You went and got him. You developed him since. I mean, this guy's father's on the end of the bench, and you mean to tell me Karl Anthony Towns has been talking about 10, 11 coaches in my 12-year career? That'll be 3 coaches in 3 seasons with Brunson and this organization. There's no way that's a good idea. So it's almost like we're stuck with Mike Brown. Just because of that, it's like you cannot give him a second chance. And we know that Kobe and them got tired of him in the second season very quickly. 5 games, you out of here. Sacramento Kings got tired of him very quickly following a coach of the year season. So we know next year is usually Mike Brown's expiration date when he arrives at any organization as a head coach. So I just can't believe that you go away from that. Even with Rick Brunson being on the sidelines, I do think he's way more animated than you're saying. But that's not necessarily a good thing. I don't know what he's providing. We don't know what he's providing. We never hear him heard him. What we say last year? Which one of these coaches have a chance to be a head coach for our team? Forget about any team. You really see Mo Cheeks being our coach? You really see Rick Brunson being our coach? Imagine somebody's pops on the bench being the coach. The LeBron thing was crazy enough, but they're kind of lucky that Bronny ain't nice enough. You could just put him on the bench. This is the star player. His coach, the coach of y'all, is the father. There's no way that this is a totally comfortable thing for everyone. Maybe they are that cool, but I can't see 3 straight years and you have a new coach every summer. That's bananas, AllBall.
I mean, when y'all put it like that, I mean, like I said, I can't argue that. You know, and my argument, you know, I kind of changed. So, okay, if he's not fired, I'm fine with that. But you have to get a better coaching staff. It's no way in the world we could continue to look at those guys on the bench and know for a fact they can't help shit but carry your sneakers in your uniform. So,
OG, does that not feel like being unstable? Like, if let's say we do get smoked in the first round, and I want to hear the comments too, because, like, you know, we got a lot of diehard Knicks fans in here, and we got a lot of knowledgeable people in here too. So honestly, getting smoked in the first round by Atlanta, it's the responsible thing to do to fire Mike Brown after getting smoked by Atlanta. I just want to hear you think that through, because it's unstable. Hold on, because it's unstable. What you're saying is Fabian and myself are talking about instability, right? Knee-jerk reactions, just okay, shit, we firing another guy to bring another guy in. But honestly, though, like, you would be cool with. That's what I'm saying, Tim Drell. That's a tougher question than niggas is acting like.
Boy, he just presented a scenario that's like.
Let me explain something to you.
What?
That's a far out scenario. I got
no, it's not. Not far out. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen, the luck we have. See, but Flea, remember, we real diehard Knicks fans. With Knicks, right, so anything can happen. Yeah. Bro, we were in the Eastern Conference Finals, and nobody, I know I didn't, think we were going to lose in 6 games in the fashion that we lost to the Pacers. So let me explain something to you. There are a lot of unstable people that are successful. Listen, there's a lot of successful, unstable people.
Tell me somebody who is unstable that hasn't had a win in their life in 50 plus years. Tell me somebody who is unstable that hasn't had a win in 50 plus years in their life.
That was good when you put it like that. Okay, yeah.
They're for a fucking reason.
Yes, and he's speaking to the owners of companies and stuff like that who could be bananas. Not a head coach of a basketball team. You cannot be unstable as a head coach of a basketball team.
Listen,
that is fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
Just saying. I can name about 5 people right now.
There's a lot of successful crazy niggas out here.
I'm just saying. Listen, man. Right?
They rolled it.
Listen, but when you put it like that, I get what you're saying. But at times you have to set a precedent, man. Like, it may be right or may be wrong, right? But listen, bro, you can't come in here and like you said, get dog walked in the first round. Okay, if he doesn't get fired, like, bro, where do we go from there? To me, that's the question. If we do lose in the first round, whether it's a 7-game series or a dog walk, right? What do we do? Do we blame the coach? Do we blame the players? Remember that now, forget the coach. Do we have to move some guys and get some better guys in? Because Flea, it has to come a time and point where we can't just be 100% blaming the coach, right? So I get what you're saying. You know, being stable, having some consistency, definitely plays a part. But for me, you know, if Mike Brown does lose in the first round, all right, if we're not firing him, which I may have to be fine with, we have to talk about that coaching staff. Like, I think that plays a major part and nobody discusses it, man. Like, bro, what is that coaching staff? What do they do? Like, what plays are they drawing up offensively and defense? Like, who's the great offensive and defensive mind on a coaching staff? Like, seriously.
I mean, he brought in Chris Gent. Chris Gent's the associate head coach, and he has like this offensive mind that because Chris Gent wasn't there last year. So that's a new guy on the bench. But for me, everybody else still is quote unquote a Tibbs guy, right or wrong. Like Brunson, Daddy Brunson, Mark Bryant, Mo Cheeks. Who else is over there? I mean, let me look at the coaching staff. But Chris Gent is a new guy.
Is your man Othello still there?
I haven't seen his face this year.
Yeah, me either.
Bro, I tries my best purposely not to look at the coaching staff when they show them on the screen. I look away. I don't even want to see who's over there.
Yeah, son from Brooklyn is right. Chris Gent is good. Well, I've seen him drawing up plays and stuff. I've seen him doing that. As you guys talk about the coach,
he's a good coach.
As you say that, who they interviewing to start the second half. but the mighty Rick Brunson cheesing on camera, just cheesing away. It was just like as you guys are talking, the fact that he popped up on my screen with the diabolical smile, like he's like it looked like he, like AllBall said, he looked at his phone real quick. He got the direct deposit, and he came on the screen like, yeah, 80 a successful season. Real quick, you know our guy, the OG of the OGs, AllBall, Samuel Ramsey. He said the Knicks overachieved last year, beating the Celtics.
OG, you know you my guy.
Big shout out to SJ Ramsey. That's our guy.
Gotta disagree with you on that one. We've been saying all season. I know at least us, Knicks Rehab, we all agreed that we were a bad matchup for Boston, and we thought we were going to beat Boston. So I don't know about overachieving. Like, we really thought that we had the team that could beat the Boston Celtics, and we actually did that. To me, the Pacers overachieved last season. If we want to talk about someone who overachieved, I ain't going to put that on my Knicks. I totally agree with that, but big shout out to you, my brother.
Yeah, but Flea, the way we beat Boston was we came back down 20 points, 2 games. Mitchell Robinson wreaking havoc. I think it could be considered overachieving. They were the champions. You're not supposed to knock the champions off in the second round like that.
I mean, we built the team, like Fabian always says, the Knicks were trying to build a team to beat the Celtics. And so if that was the goal per se, because we celebrated, I know we did up here, and I know the Knicks, from watching their body language, we celebrated as if we beat the Celtics and was going to the NBA Finals when ding dong, there's another round, niggas, and these niggas is hungry too. So I don't know if I could necessarily disagree with our brother SJ Ramsey, because at the end of the day, we weren't pegged to win that series. We were down both of those first 2 games. We go down 2-0. You think we got a chance to win that series? Keep it a buck.
Well, look, he follows up. You are what your record says you are. We did not finish first in the first seed. So I'm understanding what he's saying, because now with this season, we talking about if Mike Brown and the Knicks get blown out by the Hawks in the first round, which is bananas. If we smack the Celtics around, smack the Pistons around, the number 1 seed, best defense in the league, is that overachieving considering the way we talk about Mike Brown? Like, that's to get to the finals, what you're saying, AllBall. I think, are we putting an insurmountable task on them? Like, yo, you got to make the finals and beat these dudes that have been beating our ass all year long. You got to figure that out. Because we're not the number 1 seed, so now we're playing kind of behind the 8 ball. So I like Samuel putting the pressure on us. Hey, you ain't finished number 1, dog, and that's for a reason.
Yeah, but just because you finished number 1, we know that doesn't mean anything. That just means home court advantage, right? Like, it's all about matchups. Look at people in the comments. Look at people in the basketball world. Talking about, the Atlanta Hawks. Some people think they can beat us. We have a better seed than Atlanta because people think, the matchup. So I get where OG is going, right? But I don't think we overachieve. We were built to play the Celtics. And all season we were saying it. Now, Flea, we were down 0-2. That changes, right, the trajectory. Maybe it'd be a tougher task. But I wasn't surprised we beat the Celtics. I was more surprised that we lost to the Pacers in the conference finals. That was a big surprise for me, I have to be honest, because we had home court advantage. And like Flea just said, we lost the first 2 home games. And it was a wrap from then. But for me, I don't think the pressure is put on Mike Brown. This was the pressure no matter who the coach was going to come here. We were just in the conference finals. We are thirsty to be in the finals. We think we have a team that can get there. Well, some of us. So I think Mike Brown is right where he needs to be. He just has to coach. In the last couple of games, he's proven that he can coach because he got all of us up here apologizing. He got some people in the chat apologizing. So let's see.
Yeah, from the totality of the season, I can't come up here. I would be lying, or I would just be being a flagrant hater, right? A little even worse than you, OG. I would be being a flagrant hater to come up here and say, oh, Mike Brown ain't shit when we're a 50-plus win team at the top of the Eastern Conference, in a position to compete for a championship. That would be stupid. I wouldn't be telling the truth. So that's all I'm saying. Like, he did a good job up until this point. Now, it's the second half of of the season in terms of, the season in the entirety. It's playoff time. Now it's how you going to move them chess pieces. Now it's can you out coach these other coaches that you're going to be matching up against? Because you can't get on the court and play. You got to leave that up to the players in the Knicks. But in terms of everybody that you're going to see going forward right now, especially if you get out the second round, are going to be quality head coaches. So if you are, who you think you are, and some guys think you are, big shout out to Slim Slammer. He's been pretty consistent in the comments all season long. Flea is Mike Brown. I see you in the comments, brother. Big shout out to you. You've been the only consistent one up there saying Mike Brown is the guy. So, we'll see.
Regardless of who the head coach is and who's on that court in these playoffs, we already know you got to keep your eyes on the prize, baby Bubba. The playoff push is heating up, and there's no better way to cash in if you're right on a high flying hoops action than Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Every bucket, every dime, and every win means more when you're playing on Prize Picks. And with their brand new team pick markets, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals on top of the player picks you already know. So cash in if you're right during all the clutch buckets, slam dunks, and Cinderellas this spring with team picks on Prize Picks. Despite what Charles Barkley says and AllBall says, Mike Brown was sitting down all the starters, and one of them had Deuce McBride for more than 3 3-pointers tonight. So guess what? You cashed in with that. Download the Prize Picks app today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on. And get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. When you use code CLNS, that's code CLNS to get $50 in fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Prize Picks Predict is a registered FCM offering team picks and culture picks as event contracts. Trading involves significant risk, not for all. The content provided is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation to trade any commodity interest, or an offer to open an account. This is not registered with the CFTC or NFA. Prize Picks Predict does not endorse or guarantee any statements made by third-party promoters or influencers. Please consult with a qualified professional before marking any trade decisions.
Hey, Flea.
Good read, boy.
Thank you.
Great read. Flea.
Yes, sir.
If we're basing it off tonight, Diawara will not be getting any minutes in the playoffs.
It's a hard watch tonight for Mo. Love me some Mo, man. It's a hard watch. I thought Mo could get a little busy tonight. He struggled tonight tremendously.
Mo,
We gotta an air ball layup with the left? Am I bugging or it got blocked?
I ain't want to say nothing.
No, Mo. I was over here
Mo.
fighting tooth and nail with AllBall on live for you, and you show up against the Charlotte Hornets and pull this BS. That's disgusting.
And
on the struggle bus is crazy, Jay Nice. Chill.
And fellas, this is where, you know, watching the game like tonight, where you kind of got to give Mike Brown some type of kudos when you look at, you know, what he has when it comes to the bench. Like once you get past Mitch and Deuce, that thing is thin, man. Now we know John Clarkson is a professional, right? And you know he could come off and give you some firepower, but we know, you know, it can go the other way. I'm gonna be honest, fellas. Like, Flea, you're correct. We owe Mike Brown a goddamn apology, man. Like, seriously. Like, yo, I see somebody in the chat ask it, and look, Motif, it's the layup. Wide open. You're 6'8", 6'9". Why aren't you dunking it? But I seen somebody in the chat ask this question. I hope they can highlight it. I don't remember who it was. But they said, and I 100% agree, how was Huck Porty in the league, bro?
I saw that. It was a little while back. So sick, what up?
Like,
yeah, it's
seriously,
a little while back.
So when you give these guys more than 15 minutes and you see, like, I could be good for 2 minutes, but after about 10 minutes, you're going to be like, get that nigga out of here.
Back this nigga up, man.
Yo, Flea, seriously, man, for him to get us to where we're at and have another opportunity, right, to make a deep run in the playoffs, in all seriousness, Flea, you're 100% correct. A lot of us owe that man an apology because, Lord have mercy, we was roasting his ass, which he deserved it more times than others. Yes.
For the time being right now, I think what we've produced, what he's done for this season, you gotta give him a hand clap. Job well done. It's playoff time. Now we're gonna judge you off of this too.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a separate, completely, it's 0-0, nigga. It's 0-0. You made it through the trenches. Now it's time for the real season. So we shall see.
Chat, Fabian, are you in? I mean, I'm watching the game. I mean, besides Deuce, right? Let's because we all know how good Deuce is. At times, you know, I give Deuce a lot of pushback, but are we impressed by anybody right now besides Deuce?
No. This is Huck Porty showed something though today. Huck Porty did show something, but it's not enough for a playoff run. Like, it's not. Deuce is the only one that looked like an NBA six-man starter, as a playoff performer today. Jordan Clarkson, of course, he's going to show his flashes here and there, but I think the game is going as planned. You know, this is a kind of a forfeit. Yeah, I'm glad they showed up to give them at least some sort of push. They were playing hard. The bench was off the bench today. We were standing up the hole for a lot of that first half. But I think they're all starting to play for, hey, let's make sure both teams are healthy going forward. I don't even see them. The second half, it's not too much pressure that the Knicks are putting on the Hornets, in my opinion. And that's because of, you know, the unimpressive player performance on our side, AllBall, and because the Hornets know, I think they're giving us the game right now.
I'm about to jump, but I'm a just last word on this Mike Brown thing. I can't see in any world, just really thinking about it, I can't see in any world, no matter how the chips fall at the end of this playoffs, us firing him now. I can't see it. I don't care how the chips fall with this playoff run. There's no way that they fire him and we start this thing over. And again, it's always about how you finish, not how you start, right? And so again, depending on how we finish is gonna depend on the impression he leaves on us. But I can't see in no way, shape, or form us saying, we got to go in a different direction. And I don't have the guy that says, oh, it's got to be this guy. And Chris Dragnet, I said that's a far out situation. But for me, like the team that we have, how we've played, how we've responded to adversity all season long. Let's just think about that too. Think about how we've responded to adversity. I can't really see us jumping out the window and saying, he got to go, and we're gonna go some another different direction.
Before you go, Lee, I think you would appreciate this comment. Paul Pierce got poked. You hear me?
Got you.
Not because my phone went off. Paul Pierce got poked in the club and played 82 games. He was a different tent.
He came right out there. Was like, yo, I'm not sick. I'm about to get to it. Hey, if you didn't wish my son a happy birthday, wish my son a happy birthday. He just turned 20 today. I'm about to run so we could do a little dinner and celebrate him.
Happy birthday, Lil Flea, once again.
Yeah, but my brothers love y'all. I'll talk to y'all in the morning.
Happy birthday to Young Flea.
Yes,
sir.
Enjoy.
All right, y'all.
Yes, once again, chat, man. Please wish Lil Flea a happy birthday. He turned 20 today. Oh, man, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing.
Carolina, thank you for your 199. Knicks won despite Mike Brown, not because of him. I can't say that, and we saw Cat play defense like that. I want to go back to that. Anthony Towns might have played the best defense of his career, and he had Thibodeau twice. He had Thibodeau in Minnesota as a coach, and he had Minnesota last year with New York, and we never saw him commit this much. Not saying he's all defense for anyone who's trying to go take it crazy, but we have seen him play where we're like, oh, wow. Can't blame him anymore. Brunson.
Yeah, I can't agree with that, especially how inconsistent guys like Tar Bridges was this season, right? No one had a great season, so coaching had to play a part. Like, Brunson didn't have that MVP season this season. Cat wasn't like the most dominant big, right? So I can't agree with that. Now, Mike Brown does get on my nerves at times. He's had some very bad losses this season. We can't ignore that, but I definitely can't agree with that. Like, nah.
And I stand corrected. The Knicks are coming out to play. Sohan hitting free throws. Mo pointed out that Sohan hit a 3-pointer with that broken form. Curtis, thank you for your $5. Mike have to step up and coach, have us ready. Playoffs is different. He got to have a different scheme for every game. Can't revert back to old habits. What would be the old habits now for us, AllBall? Because I think the season has been so long. Obviously the peak is the NBA Cup, and ever since then, we just seem like offensively a different team every game, and the rotations were kind of crazy. Kolek had way more playing time early on. Diawara was getting way more minutes earlier in the season, but obviously Deuce went down at some point. That might be a factor coming off the bench and being an anchor to the second unit, and him knowing where to go once he has to bench either OG Anunoby or Josh Hart. He's going to Deuce. He no longer had that. Shaman is another guy fell off the face of this earth. There's a lot of guys who are completely falling off, and we were trying to hold Mike Brown accountable for these things. Bridges, Cat, Shaman, even Brunson. The offense doesn't look the same. And are those part of the old habits? What old habits do you think Curtis is talking about?
I mean, for me, just staying with certain lineups too long. Showing certain players favorable more than others. And mostly not changing the game plan. Remember, for the whole season, he did the same thing, same lineups, right? Brunson plays the whole first. Cat gets out, half of the first. Then third quarter, same thing. So, yeah, I just reverting back to those old habits, especially, when it's not working. So, to me, those things like that, sticking with players too long, right? if Josh Hart or whoever is just having a bad game, pull him early, right? Give him a rest. So yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Sam Gale was saying doubling the ball, screen, leaving wide open 3-point shooters is still a problem for this team. That's his system. It's hard for Cat to keep up with a lot of these perimeter guys. Also, Mitchell Robinson not playing every game. I think the guys do get used to having that. Not used to it, but I can only imagine game to game or ball. One night we got Mitchell there, so there might be a way, especially on a home and home. Imagine you playing a home and home. You playing Philly at Philly, and they coming to New York the next night or 2 nights after. What does the scouting report look like that night? All your tendencies for this player could be to be funneling towards a Philadelphia player towards a Mitchell Robinson. And the next night, it's a totally different game plan, I would imagine. You ain't got him down there. You don't have the shot blocker. You don't have a guy who's 7 feet tall and doesn't mind being on the perimeter, taking on the task of guarding a perimeter player, dynamic perimeter players in the league. So, not trying to give any excuses to Mike Brown because he's the one who signed that damn contract. But I like what you said, Sam Gale, doubling the ball unnecessarily. And you're talking about in the half court, like after you pass half court and within the perimeter, like the silly doubling the ball and just the terrible rotations on the court. Forget about his coaching rotations, about who to sub in, sub out. Trying to get these players to understand, yo, dog, why are you switching? Why are you dropping that far off from the weak side when they're not going to pass the ball? You're not going to stop anybody from driving on the strong side. We got defenders over there. How you leaving a wide open player on the weak side in the corner? A corner three in the era of corner threes. So I like what you're saying, Sam Gale. Maybe that is part of his system, is not being assertive enough to let the team know, yo, dog, we can't have that. Sit your ass down. He did it with Josh Hart a couple times this year. We saw in the Spurs game, the last Spurs game. Well, sit down, Josh. I don't want you hesitating. Dribble the ball. Make a move. Stop thinking. Hopefully, things like that are what we're looking forward to and not going back to having a 25-point deficit against the damn Cavaliers all ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, there's no excuse for Mike Brown. That's why, when we ask these questions as far as like, what happens in the playoffs depends on, if he's going to be the head coach next season. I think that's legit right now. You're going in the playoffs healthy with a healthy Mitchell Robinson. Like, that's huge. When the last time Mitchell Robinson been healthy in the playoffs, like fully healthy, where now he can actually play back-to-backs and he has an opportunity to start and play 25-plus minutes. Like, so right now, there's no excuse for Mike Brown. That's why, the spotlight is on him, Fabian. That's why if he does flame out or lose first, second round, there will be rumors circling of him being fired. Will it happen? Maybe not. But granted, it'll be legit because there's no excuse. You have a fully healthy team going into the playoffs. And now you got a bench now, right? Deuce, Clarkson, right? Whether you bring Mitch or Josh Hart off the bench. Shamit. So you have a legit 9-man rotation. Remember, last season was a 6-7-man rotation at best. So this thing is on him now. And I agree with everybody in the chat saying he got to coach, has to coach. You have the players, right? You have a home court advantage in the first round. No excuses. No excuses. Got to get the job done.
Shout out to the OGs. Samuel, he said, Vegas odds will tell you who should win. It ain't New York. He ain't done. You know when OG gets started, he ain't done until he's done. Because this one, we're going to face the music with this. When was the last time the first or second seed didn't win the championship?
OG, what you doing over here to us, man?
Oh,
you know your shit. Yeah, that's.
Oh, boy, he pulled out. He cleaned up the Rusty Dillinger and came up. He got the Yosemite Sam's. Pow, 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 pow.
Right. I got the 2-shot Dillinger. he got the Yosemite Sam. Like, listen,
Is
OG.
it? That's the last time, Jesse?
Wow. So almost 20 years, 19 years, 18, 19 years, a number 1 or 2 seed, whether East or West, won a Mavs in 2011.
Oh, nice. Yes, you're right. They were the 6th seed. You're right. Absolutely. Because they went through the gauntlet. Great call, Jesse.
Damn. Yeah.
And we talking about that's when Dirk was mad as hell. He just flamed D-Wade for called him childish, him and LeBron. Like, yeah, y'all got me mad with that shit. And I didn't see it till after the game. That means I was putting a nail in the coffin the next game on your ass.
Hold on. Did I pull out the 2-shot Dillinger and Ramsey unarmed me? With an OG 52, right? Let me get that. You don't know what you're doing with that young fella.
Oh, they were the 3rd seed, Jesse? Okay.
And hit us with the Uno reverse. That's a hell of a stat. Hopefully this year, man, we can change that. But we're right there, right? We're right there. So, wow.
No, I love what he said because it shows you why it's important to be the number 1 or 2 seed. It's not just about strategy. It's performance. It's actually delivering during the regular season. All these moves, all the inconsistencies, all the complaints that we had, it's not like they're illegitimate. We're giving Mike Brown credit for putting up with us, number 1. Number 2, putting up with what you're dealing with the team, the organization, the 3 different families that are running this thing like mafioso style, and then having to deal with the fact that Cat and Brunson may not have any chemistry. Is it all Mike Brown's fault? No. Is it all Jalen Brunson's fault? No. Is it all Cat's fault? No. But it's all their fault. And all their fault, all their credit goes to turn out to be a number 3 seed. From what OG is telling us, Ramsey's telling us, there's a reason why we're a number 3 seed. And he's been alluding to that. And he's just been working on that nail in the coffin all ball and trying to close the casket up, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this year, I'm going to be honest. I think, we're going to be that 3 seed, that team that's going to shock everybody. And it's time for someone to change that narrative, to change history. And why not us? If anybody, why not us? So I get what he's saying, but let's go, baby. Let's go. We here now. We a week away. We less than a week away from the playoffs. The play-in is what, this week, right?
14th through the 18th. Through the 17th.
Right.
18th is the official start of the first round.
The 14th is what? Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like, so think about it, man. Like, bro, we about to be up here having the ball, reacting and watching these playoff games. Remember, in that East right now in the play-in, we got to watch all those. So, yeah, playoffs is here. Play-in starts Tuesday. The NBA playoffs officially starts Saturday. You said the 18th, right? Wow. This is what we've been waiting for. We here now.
Shout out to Derek Burnside. Evening, fellas. Look at my Gucci. It's about that.
Big shout out, Derek Burnside.
We ain't playing.
Chat, y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. That AllBall TV 3, that's the Cash App. I'm going to say it again and repeat it as many times as possible. AllBall TV 3 is the Cash App. Y'all see the Instagram page, AllBall TV 3_. Go follow it. What are y'all waiting for? Hit that like button. Share, like, subscribe. And become a member. It'll make you feel better. Right? Who doesn't want to feel better? It may make you look better. Who doesn't want to look better? I heard becoming a member makes you a little taller. I'm a member. Think I got, know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, become members, but support everything up here, AllBall TV, man. Yeah, Fabian, listen. We getting out of here. I know we ain't watching the rest of this game. Yeah. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. People got to get ready for work. People got to get ready for school. People got some badass kids. They got to get ready for dinner, right? What are we doing? Do y'all love us and like us that much that y'all want to stay on and stay on with us? Or should we get some early rest? Come on, man.
AllBall.
What?
I told you. He ain't playing with us, man. He said, listen, and another thing. Just judge the team and coach fairly. Go Knicks.
SJ Ramsey, 100% correct. And I think this whole Knicks rehab tonight, I think that's what we were doing. That's why Fabian Flea was saying, you know, Mike Brown being fired shouldn't be an option because you have to judge him fairly. So I understand, but still, us coming from, you know, the Eastern Conference Finals and just being so close, Fabian, right? To being in the finals, and we all know once you're in the finals, anything goes. We watched what Indiana did. They was right there. 7 games, right? Halliburton don't go down. Is OKC the champions? Is SGA revered how he is, right? Is Halliburton now one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen? So, listen, man, to be right there and so close, we thirsting, man. So, yeah, Rams, I understand what you're saying, but, you know, New Yorkers, we don't judge nothing fairly. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Been watching since 67. Can't ignore what I know.
Listen, can't argue with that. I'm not arguing with that.
I ain't arguing with none of that, but I think it's true. Judging fairly, that's fair, and I think that's what we try to do, and we try to hold each other accountable. And we hope that the Knicks were trying to do that. We hope the chat tries to do that with us, and we do that with the chat. That's why we love you, OJ Ramsey, and your contribution, because it's just, come on, man. We ain't playing no games. Like, we really dedicate our time to watching these damn Knicks. They be pissing us off. We went crazy when Josh Hart went crazy. We do this, man.
When you watch a game like tonight, and you just have to wonder, what do you see in some of these players where they're getting a contract, man?
It's just true.
Like, seriously, man. Like, are we just filling roster spots? Like, does any of these guys have an opportunity to actually get minutes in a game if it's a meaningful game? Like, come on, bro. Like, we got to fix that as a Knicks organization. We got to be able to draft better players, man. Seriously, and trade for better players. Like, some of these guys, Fabian, this shit is triggering my anxiety, man. Like, what is this out there? Like, seriously.
Yo, she's a funny dude. He said, nah, she's a funny dude, man. Got my playoff cash. I'll pay for the mic. Go New York. Yo, that's some slick shit. Although that's some ill shit to say. I got my playoff cash, AllBall.
Yeah.
The Yosemite.
Yeah,
the Yosemite.
Yeah, he the Yosemite Sam, bro.
I don't have to gamble.
OG ain't playing with nobody tonight. Yeah, that nigga said I want all the smoke. Got the Yosemite Sam right here, and I got the cash on deck.
As the great Beanie Siegel once said, out your league, dog, our wallet's bigger. Gotta tolerate Ramsey, man.
Games like this, it hurts to watch, and I get a little jealous when you watch like a Pistons, right? And their whole starting 5 sits out, and how competitive they are against OKC. That game goes into overtime. How when we lost against Dallas, where they didn't have anybody and they just ran us off the floor. And then when you watch our reserves, it's like, yo, man, like, come on, man. Like, seriously, you watch Diawara shoot air balls, layup, air ball, like, it hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts. And I'm not a person to get jealous, but at this point, I'm a little jealous, man, because, wow.
What is this?
Yeah, man. Like, seriously. What this? Once again, if you're a scout and you call these guys in and you watch them play whatever you play, practice 5-on-5 or they run drills, what did you see to give these niggas a roster spot? Like, seriously. Listen, you way better than me. I was nowhere near ever good. So I give you kudos for that. But come on, man. Like, you niggas got a roster spot, bro.
The Pistons are out here whooping the Pacers' ass. Paul Reed is 11 for 11 from the field. The Celtics are beating the Magic by 10. The Sixers look like they won.
Look, niggas can't make wide open layups. That's like this shit is terrible. Ooh, good steal. Good steal.
AllBall is trying, man. He trying to watch this bullshit.
Yo, you see me, right? Lord have mercy, man.
I found an article too where about the playoff picture because everybody seems like they won tonight. See, Knicks. Yeah, breaking down possible.
Hold on, Fabian. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because we about to get out of here. We ain't gonna be up here till no 9, 10 o'clock, right?
No.
I'm looking at the chat. I'm peeping at the chat. I see all of y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. Fabian, should we be afraid of the Atlanta Hawks since everybody is saying they lost on purpose because they want the Knicks? Should we be afraid of the Atlanta Hawks?
So the Hawks lose on purpose to what? To drop to the fifth seed, they saying?
Right, but I don't even care. What I'm saying is if we play them in the first round, because I'm looking at the chat and everybody keeps saying it. The Atlanta wants y'all, the Atlanta wants y'all. I don't care about if they who cares? Fabian, I'm asking you, as a Knicks fan, if we meet up with the Atlanta Hawks in the first round, should we be worried?
No. I think that's why what the OG of the OGs, what Ramsey said was on point. All right. What team hasn't won a championship? Since when hasn't a first or second seed not won a championship? Since when the hell, like when was the last upset in the 6th, 7th, 8th seeds? I think maybe Miami when they beat Milwaukee, but Giannis's back was hurt. Like there was a lot to that. Jimmy Butler got on fire. There's a reason why they're the 6th, 7th, and 8th seeds. Not to say that they're slouches. I think the Hawks are way more competitive than the Hawks are more competitive than the Raptors. The Raptors are not as competitive. The Magic are surprisingly uncompetitive. I got to ask you a question about that real quick. But I'm not. What should terrify us about them? Defensively, they're going to show up some nights. But we saw what they do. They can't really shoot like that. They got to create their 3-point shots. And this guy, you expect Nickeil Alexander-Walker to score 50,000 points? Jalen Johnson is nice. Don't get me wrong, but he's not an MVP candidate. Which one of these? If you ain't got no MVP candidate, how are we pulling this off? Jimmy Butler's the only guy who can masquerade the season as a non-MVP candidate and then have a playoff nickname. Jalen Johnson ain't got no playoff nickname, big dog. Dyson Daniels ain't got no playoff nickname, big dog. Nobody on the Hawks got a playoff nickname, and that's for a reason. So hell no, I ain't scared of no damn Atlanta Hawks AllBall. What you feeling?
It's comical. It's just how bad people hate and despise the Knicks. This happens to no other team but us. We could be a number 1 seed, and if we're playing the 8th seed, people will say the Knicks can lose. This is the same talk they had last season against Detroit. We were victorious in 6. When we went against Boston, people thought we didn't have a chance at all. We were victorious. So I just don't get it. Why is Atlanta a threat? Why? What have they done? What players do they have to where they are a threat in a 7-game series? Not one game, a 7-game series against a team that has been there the last 4 seasons and has progressed each season. Where we are one of the better teams in the East, playing our best basketball down the stretch going into the playoffs. And we're going to be fully healthy. Like, come on, man. Let's start making it make sense. I know y'all hate the Knicks, right? But Call it fair. Atlanta is no fucking threat to us. Get the fuck out of here. Stop it, man. Do they have some players that's going to make it a good series and fun to watch? Yes. Walker. What's the other young man that everybody goes crazy over?
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson. Like, those guys are on the verge of being great players. Yeah, they're going to give us 30, 40 balls. They're going to have a great game or two. But to really say that they're a threat and we're going to lose, like, come on, man. Like, let's talk basketball. No. They're not a threat. No.
I love the point that you made, because I know this goes against Ramsey's point about the number 1 and 2 seed, but the Pacers were perfectly capable of stopping that run of number 1 and 2 seeds winning the championship last year. Nobody could name their starting 5 from the year before, and that's fine. But we know with that matchup, what the Pacers presented was amazing, primarily because the second half of last year they played unbelievably. So did the Pistons. That's why people gave them some more props against us. Cool. But the Hawks did not look like that in the second half of this year. They're not going into the playoffs looking like they did last year. The Pistons were coming in on their own. That's why JB Bickerstaff was starting to go yell during the press conference about how OKC's getting all these calls. Yo, we're on their level. That's when the coach starts speaking up like that. He wasn't just delusional. Clearly, number 1 seed this year, it backs up what he said. But back to the Hawks, I don't see how, if their head coach were to come out and beef about calls, everyone would laugh at him or ignore him. It would fall on deaf ears because nobody would care about the damn Hawks. This is not the same situation. They have not presented any sort of defense to that level. Offensively, they are not on that level. So where's the fear supposed to come from? Because they're tall athletes? Like, come on. No, we gotta come up with something different.
Yeah, the fear is because it's against the Knicks. That's the fear, bro. That's all it is. People hate to see that we have another season where it's a possibility that we can be out in the conference finals or the finals. And no one likes that. That Indiana team, look at that roster. That was a good constructed roster. And they went 9, 10, 11 deep. And then look at the coach they had on the sideline. So after a while, people like you with Halliburton, which you've been high on, people weren't surprised how they, So for me, Atlanta is a good team. They're on the verge. They're probably about 2 players away, right, from like really making noise. But let's cut the jokes. They are not a threat to the Knicks. Can they make it a good, maybe 5-6 game series? Yes, because our Knicks are boneheads and we'll find a way to lose a game. But to really think the Atlanta Hawks has an opportunity to beat us in the playoffs when history tells you, come on, man, stop it. Like I said, Fabian, last year, before we played Detroit, everybody had the same sentiment. Everybody. We went against Boston. We didn't have a chance. So listen, we're going to go through the same thing last season we went through this season. You got to make everybody believers. And I'm ready for the ride. Pause.
I was still surprised by the Indiana push because no matter what, it's still, even though they made the conference finals the year before, it was still, I mean, the way they beat us was,
I was totally surprised.
And then against the OKC, hold on, Halliburton hit a game winner in the finals too.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, because it was the first game. Everybody thought it was gonna be a blowout, and I'm like, I don't know.
They won game 1. Yeah,
so that it's something about some guys that just have it. And again, the Hawks don't have that guy. I'm just sorry. It's like Brunson has magic to him. Cade, magic to him. With the Celtics, we know Tatum and Brown, they've done it before. They ain't no, and that's what I mean about the Cavaliers when I say, yeah, they're the 4th seed, whatever they are. Ain't no magic to them. Donovan Mitchell's great, but I haven't seen the magical playoff run to have any confidence in if I'm a Cavaliers fan. Same thing with the Hawks. Sorry, I hate to break it to y'all, but we getting y'all out of here first round. Jamrock, thank you for your $2. But rather the Knicks sign Dink Pate instead. Everybody's big on this kid. And again, enough is enough of the shenanigans. We see all the kids playing right now. I've been the biggest Mo Diawara fan. Today, this was your McDonald's All-American game in the NBA, Mo. And you wet the bed.
Yeah, shot himself in the foot.
I turn wild. Thank you for your $5. It's not about being worried. but you would always want an easier route to avoid injury. You don't want to be beat up when you go against Boston. Now, this is when I get upset and I have to lean back towards the AllBall Charles Barkley side. It shouldn't matter at a 3 seed who we have in the first round. There is no excuses. We already had every single scouting report. We're going to see you at most 7 times. It's going to be mano a mano. Would it be easier to play the Raptors? I don't know. Wait, like why are the Raptors such an easier out versus the Hawks? Because they got better defenders, they're more put together. The Raptors, we didn't play with IQ and RJ Barrett there. They could surprise you with 1 or 2 games, especially with 1 game in Toronto. Maybe they get that 1 game. Are you guys looking forward to a sweep with the Raptors? Because that, to me, is a terrible mindset to have. Oh, yeah, we're going to sweep the Raptors, then have to pick up and lock in for the Hawks. The way you talking, I'd rather play the Hawks. The way you talking. I don't want to be sleep on nothing. I want Brunson and them to need nobody to tell them, wake them up to go play this ball game in the playoffs or ball.
Listen, totally agree. Totally agree. I see our favorite, OG lady, Tori B, in the building. She sent the cash app. Love to read what she said. Tori B, what up, baby?
It's a lot of non-Knicks fans in here. Y'all homeless. Y'all homeless asses need to go find your people. No, we ain't scared of none of y'all. Fuck out of here.
Hold on. Let me second that. Fuck out of here. That's how you say it when you're in New York. Fuck out of here. Tell him, Tori B. Scared of none of you niggas. How long I've been saying it? Let's go. You can't run in duck and hide no more. Let's go. But for people to really put stock into Atlanta, cut the jokes, man. I'd rather you just say in the chat, I hate the Knicks. I hope y'all lose. I want y'all to lose. Instead of trying to disguise it and try to really make a case for Atlanta. What case can you make for Atlanta that they could beat us in a 7-game series? And we're fully healthy. And we all know, Fabian, Brunson steps up a whole nother level in the playoffs. Come on, man. Cut the jokes, man. Cut the jokes.
Thanks for the update, son, from Brooklyn. Raptors own the tiebreaker against the Hawks. The Raptors are beating the Hawks, so the Knicks will play the Hawks in the first round. I'm not worried. So, my wish is the command. Looks like we're playing the Hawks all ball. Shane Patrick. I think we're very versing the 76ers round 1. Where you get that from? This shit is confusing, man.
No, but that's like I said, you see all those scenarios. Listen, we got to wait till all these games is over tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, we all know everything is set in stone. Tonight is the last night for all NBA games. So tomorrow, we definitely have everything set in stone. And I think tomorrow morning, Fabian, wake up is going to be a real nice one because we're going to have all the matchups. So, yeah, I think tomorrow, definitely, tomorrow night as well, we could break down. Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We have all the matchups. Maybe we do Monday night, we'll do a East, and then Tuesday night, we do a West. Either way. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah. No.
Tuesday's the first night.
No. So tomorrow, maybe wake up, we do the West, and then tomorrow night, we break down the East. I mean, hold on.
Yeah.
Right. Tomorrow, yeah. And then Tuesday night. Listen, we here for the playoff game. I mean, for the playing game, watch party.
And you got that OG call. I support y'all because you guys are real. No debate.
Big shout out SJ Ramsey. Listen. Hold on, before we go. Big shout out SJ Ramsey. Big shout out the whole chat. Big shout out the members, especially. Love y'all to death. Y'all are just as real as us. That's why we rock with y'all. Fabian, before you read those other cash apps, I'm going to break it down one more time. This is the path to the 6th seed. The Knicks are the 3 seed. We ain't moving up or down. The path to the 6th seed. The Knicks will play the Raptors if the Raptors win and the Hawks win. Raptors win, Hawks lose, Magic win. Raptors lose, Magic lose, 76ers lose. That's the scenario to play the Raptors. One scenario to play the Hawks if the Raptors win, the Hawks lose, and the Magic lose. One scenario for the Knicks to play the Magic. The Magic win and the Raptors lose. One scenario to play the 76ers. The 76ers win, the Raptors lose, and the Magic lose. Those are all the scenarios for the team to be the 6th seed to play the Knicks. So after tonight, we're either going to be playing the Raptors, the Hawks, the Magic, or the 76ers in the playoffs.
Well, I think the Magic are out of there. We're not playing them. The Pistons, the Hawks.
Why y'all the Magic out of there? Because all right, did the Magic win Raptors? All right, so the Magic is
losing
out
by
of
16.
There.
Well, hold on. They're losing by 16 with 8 minutes to go.
They done.
The Hawks are down by 23 points with 34 seconds left. They lost. The Raptors are up by 15 points with 7 minutes to go against the Nets. So if the Raptors won, but the Hawks and the Magic lost. So does that put the Raptors in the mix? Because I got it here. I got something here where it says, if Toronto beats Brooklyn and Atlanta beats Miami, they didn't win though. Toronto beats Brooklyn, Miami beats Atlanta, Orlando beats Boston. What the hell is this?
Fabian, you know what?
Oh, hold on. The Knicks draw the Raptors in the first round if Toronto beats Brooklyn, Atlanta beats Miami. So Atlanta didn't beat them. That's because if Toronto and Atlanta both won, we would have played Toronto. If Toronto and Miami won and Orlando won, we play Toronto. If Toronto loses and Atlanta loses and Orlando won, so we're gonna play Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because Toronto won.
Right. So, like I said, tomorrow morning, y'all gotta please look out, wake up 9:30. We will be discussing the Western Conference NBA playoffs. And tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Fabian?
Do the East.
Right. So tomorrow morning, 9:30, y'all, wake up with AllBall. We are going to discuss the Western Conference playoffs. And then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, special edition, we are discussing the East playoff series. The matchups is going down, y'all. Good. Then y'all know Tuesday, we going live. Watch party, playing. Fabian, I'm excited for this week. Oh, my God. Oh,
we're going to hate watch somebody. We're going to hate watch somebody. Shannon Patrick, thank you for your $4.99. Appreciate that. Jamrock, why does Atlanta feel they have a better chance with us than versus the Cavs?
Who cares, bro? I'm not even getting into that. Who cares?
Why does Atlanta feel like they have a better chance against us? Or maybe they're resting their guys. Because remember, they're playing tomorrow or the next day. So who knows what the hell they're talking about. And there's no way they feel like they want to play us than the Cavs. They're a way tougher matchup for the Cavs than us. Everybody's a tougher matchup against the Cavs than us. They got James Harden at the helm, goddammit. God damn. It's a new day. We say, AllBall. Wake up, AllBall.
Wake your asses up. Tomorrow morning, 9:30.
Tomorrow morning, in the morning, ABTV3, that's the Cash App. ABTV3, that's the Cash App. AllBall TV3 _ AllBall TV3 _ on the gram. And of course, why aren't you a member? What's stopping you from being a member? Might I add this? Before you can even become a member, why the hell aren't you subscribing? 60% of you little creepy mother lovers are out here watching us and ain't even subscribing. It is free to subscribe. Y'all a bunch of jerks, little creeps, ain't even hit the subscribe button. Shame on y'all. And of course, you guys who've been subscribing, showing love, showing hate, paying for the hate. We love y'all. Jamrock, they rested all their starters. There is no game. Okay.
Talk about tonight because somebody asked what's going on with the Knicks. Thank you, Jamrock, for holding us down. Exactly. Get out of here. Fabian, I love what you said. Why aren't y'all subscribed? It's free. All right, if you ain't going to be a member, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Come on, man. It don't get no realer than this. AllBall TV, Knicks Rehab. AllBall TV 3, the Cash App. AllBall TV 3 _ the Instagram. Tomorrow morning, wake up with AllBall 9:30 Eastern time. We will be discussing the Western Conference playoff matchups. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Special edition. We will be discussing live the Eastern Conference playoff matchups. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe. Hit that like button.
See Dirk Greg here getting his 1-2 on. Hawks is definitely a tougher matchup than the Raptors because Toronto is boo-boo juice. but I still think Knicks beat Hawks in 6. You know what? I was talking a lot of smack. The Hawks are better than the Raptors. I was lying. They are better. They're a better team.
They are. I mean, that's not hard to see, but you still
where do y'all get these where do they get these sayings from, AllBall? The Cavs are donkey juice. What is donkey juice? You guys are crazy. Subathon, talk to him, RP. Subathon, hit that damn subscription button. Show YouTube what it is. Show these other chumps they under pressure. Because it ain't nothing like Knicks Rehab. It ain't nothing like AllBall TV. You could be yourself. You say whatever you want. Flea might kick you out. Flea might kick you out. But don't get too crazy. Pay for the hate. Pay for that hate. You're going to go crazy. You know Flea's mad triggering. Anything triggers Flea. So if you're going to trigger Flea, pay that man. Hit that ABTV3. Huh? On the Cash App. Hit that ABTV3. Hit the fuck, what do you call this shit? The super chat. To piss Flea off. I like seeing him pissed off. It's a little scary. But what are you going to do? Pay for it, baby Bubba. See? Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. That's a dope name, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta rested all their starters to play against us. Oh, there you go. Jamrock ain't playing. He's on it. Atlanta wants our smoke.
Yeah, and sometimes in life, you
get
know
what you asked for.
There you go. Said perfectly.
Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. We shall be back. Wake up, AllBall. Hit us up. You already know what it is. Enjoy your night. Enjoy the victory. Even though we lost today against the Hornets, we won, y'all. First round. Home court advantage. See you on the AM. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.